Hey everybody, you're watching CAD Roll Hunter. I got a box of quarters here just begging to be hunted. Stay tuned. Hey everybody, this is James and you're watching my channel CAD Roll Hunter. That's it, I got $500 of Canadian custom wrapped quarters. Here in Canada, that's what we want, is custom wrapped. Machine wrapped coins are usually stripped of all of their valuable metals, silver, even nickel, because the mint is basically melting that down to fund the current cheap steel core coins. And so we're not going to find anything good in those. So we want custom wrapped, but it also means that anything goes, because who knows what's been put in here if they've been hunted. That's always a concern. But this is where we have every opportunity to find silver, colorized, BU, you name it. Now, it's been a little while since we found silver. Our last box, we didn't find any silver, but it might have been my best box ever. We got a whole string of BU quarters from the 60s, 70s, and 80s, including 4 proofs. I had never received or found a proof quarter. We got 4 in one box, and we found some proof dimes in an earlier hunt. But if we find silver, I'm not going to be sad. That's what we're hoping to find for sure. But anything really nice would be wonderful. Anything low mint, anything potentially valuable, I will bring you in at every cool find. Let's get in. And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that we're doing a coin roll hunt, an album fill. And we've got this beautiful archival quality Lighthouse Vista album that we've been filling. And we're doing pretty well with this. We have 148 of 171 coins in here, including 6 of 17 silver. So there's still lots of spaces on this from 1953 on in silver we would love to find. Otherwise, we've filled most of the spots on here, except for some of the very hard to fill. But we've even filled some of the very hard to fill. We got a 1991 low mint, only 459,000 minted of that, and that's incredible. But we're always looking for upgraders, so we'll come back and look at the album when we're done and see what we can do. It gets harder as you go along, of course, to fill spots when only the hardest to find ones are left, and upgrades when you've been finding some beautiful coins, but we're always trying to make this album better. So here's the very first roll. I always do an edge check because we can spot silver. I don't see any here. We can also spot Americans and foreigns often just by the edges. This looks like a bunch of modern quarters, but we won't know for sure until we get in and look at every one. Well, I pulled back the very first coin and this slid down here, and we've got a find right away. Check that out. That is the 2010 double poppy. It looks to be a nice condition. It sure is. We got a great find right away. This is one of the Remembrance Day commemoratives, and we have a bunch of them. There's quite a tradition of Remembrance Day coinage here in Canada, but we found a beauty right off the bat, and that's a wonderful start. Still in that first roll, we've got another beauty here. This is going to be an Olympic coin. I realize I've been doing some work outside and my thumbs are dirty, so I better wash my hands before I touch too many of these coins, because look at this 2008 beauty. You know, in our last box, we actually found a full roll of BU flawless Olympic coins, including some of the colorized 2009 versions. And so we could probably add this to that group. That's just gorgeous. All right, we're all cleaned up. I know some of you are probably cringing looking at my hands as I was about to go through coins saying, put on some gloves. Anyway, we're all good now. Let's carry on. Still in that first roll, and we're off to the races because we found a 2011 colorized bison. Check that out with that green circle. I'm guessing that's maybe a sun or a moon or something, and I should probably look that up, but that's cool. That's our second color and third find for the board. I'll just put that here with our other color, and we're just in that very first roll. This could be a good box. And look at that. This is our fourth find in that roll. This is a provincial. There you see the double date. Again, this one's in pretty nice shape, 1992, and this one is for the province of Quebec. I was just doing my edge check on roll number 2, and I can see we've got some color on the edge there. That's a 2004 color poppy. I'll put that aside and we'll see what else is in here. Well, our first find in roll number 2 is a pretty circulated 1973. We can often find these in good shape because these were the first commemoratives. Well, the second commemorative actually after the 1967 Bobcat quarter. But people saved these and hid them away, and they haven't generally been very valuable. So People eventually get rid of them, and we can still find them in beautiful condition. But there is a variety that is extremely valuable, and it's the large bust variety. This is not it. This is the small bust, but we'll take a quick peek under the scope, and I'll show you what you're looking for. So there were two obverse designs in 1973. This is what is called the small bust here, just basically a smaller portrait of the Queen. And the two tells are that these beads are fairly far from the rim. The large bust has beads right tight up against the rim, and the large bust doesn't have this kind of hair detail that we see here. So this is the small bust. It is worth 25 cents, but the large bust could be worth thousands, particularly if you get it in great condition. And I've never found one. But fingers crossed, you never know. That's why we coin roll hunt. Still in roll 2, and we're going to have another commemorative. This one here features that crowned portrait of the Queen. You can see it's got a little bit of circulation wear, but otherwise almost appears to be in a proof-like condition. That mirror finish, this could have come out of a set, and it may very well have. This is a 2000 Freedom. So these Millennium coins in 1999 and 2000, we had one coin issued every month, and this is from 2000, and this is the Freedom, and it's in pretty nice condition. Same roll, and here's another example. This one's the Natural Legacy, also from 2000. Not quite as good condition as the other one. There's lots of these circulating out there, but if you can find it in beautiful shape, like any of these quarters, it might be worth holding on to. I'm just opening up roll number 4, just open up the end, and we've got more color. That is a War of 1812 Tecumseh with the colorized maple leaf. We're doing pretty good, pretty early. And we're going to find our first American. It's a foreign coin in the roll. This is pretty common because we're pretty close to the border with the states here, but this one is an Alaska state quarter from Philadelphia from 2008. Roll 5, there's a 1968 in the roll. This is as close as we can get to silver, and it doesn't have the look of silver, but we're going to use the magnet from Walker Magnet. We're going to check and see, and for sure it is nickel, and we're going to have color right in there too. So the ones we want are the ones that don't stick to a magnet. Those are silver. 1968s were 50% silver for part of that year. But this one is made of nickel. We're going to throw that back. But we got a couple beauties here. One is this Peregrine Falcon. So it's in the same series, the Legendary Nature series that we saw the bison in. So that's cool. I'll put that over on the board. And then right behind it, there's a 2007, another Olympic that looks like it's in really good shape. And this one is the Wheelchair Curling, and it is beautiful. Very last coin of the roll, and another gorgeous Olympic. We've been doing really great with these Olympics this box and the last box. That's the cross-country skiing from 2009, and just look at that, eh? Roll 7, and there's the 2006 breast cancer pink ribbon in pretty decent condition. We'll throw that one on the board. We've already got 2, 4, 5, 6 colors so far, and we're only 7 rolls in. I average about 25 or 26 a box. And we're on pace to shatter that. Of course, it's not usually how it works out. You can have a hot start, but usually it all evens out in the end. But we'll see. We'll see. Roll number 9 is going to give us our second provincial commemorative. Well, it could be a territorial, I suppose. 1992, it's going to be Prince Edward Island. This is Canada's smallest and least populated province. Roll number 10 is going to give us a beauty. Check out this 1976. This is sort of in line with the BU, Brilliant Uncirculated coins that we were getting in the last box. Check that out. Just gorgeous. There is not a hint of circulation wear on that coin. It is, I mean, it just makes you wonder where these things came from. Somebody had this hidden away and just somehow it got out into circulation. But that is a beauty. Check out this beauty, the 2015 Canada flag. That is an awesome find. Looks to be in beautiful condition. We'll flip it over. It's been a little bit circulated, got some scratches on it, but still, that is one you don't find very often. And we can also get this one colorized, where the red of the flag has been colorized, and that's one you want to find for sure. But we'll hold on to that guy for now. It's just a gorgeous, cool coin. Roll 12, here is another one of those Millennium commemoratives. This one here is from April of 1999, and that is just a pretty cool design. Roll 13, there's our second 2004 color poppy, and this one looks to be in pretty nice condition too. We're also finding our fair share of bright and shiny 2022s. The real question is, when are we going to see the 2023s? I normally don't see them coin roll hunting until the fall, so I wouldn't expect to see them now on any given year yet. But the real question is, when are they going to come out? Will they have Prince Charles, or I should say King Charles III, on the obverse? The Mint has confirmed that they will have Charles on the Canadian coinage, but the question is, will they have him in time for this year? We just don't know. The art, as far as I know, hasn't been commissioned yet, much less approved and engraved and all the tools and dies made. So we just don't know. We'll find out soon enough, I guess. But everyone, I think, in the coin roll hunting world and the coin collecting world is really looking forward to a new obverse design on these 2023s or 2024s, as they may be. But we haven't had a male monarch on our coins in Canada for over 70 years. So that's quite a significant change in the design. And Charles will be facing left as opposed to right, because that is the tradition of rotating which way the monarch is facing. So King George VI faced left. So that's going to be interesting to see whenever we do see it. Roll 15, looks like we're going to get another beautiful Olympic. This one from 2007. And there's the Vancouver 2010 logo on the right, or on the left. And this one is curling. Same roll, and we've got another 2006 breast cancer research pink ribbon. The beauty of coin roll hunting is that you don't have to keep them all. If you get more than one, you can keep the best. And so it can be a pretty affordable hobby. Every coin, every quarter I keep costs me 25 cents, and I certainly don't need to keep them all. I regularly go through, as I get better examples, I go through and I get rid of some of the ones that are not as good, and then my collection gets better and better over time. That was pretty nice. We'll put it on the board. That's more color. Same roll, and here's a great example of why that's just so true, what I just said, because just a little further back, here's another 2006. It's going to be that same breast cancer pink ribbon, but check it out. This one's pretty circulated. And yeah, the color enamel is almost worn right off. I'm going to put it on the board. We're going to count that towards our color for this hunt, but this is certainly not one that I would be keeping by any stretch. Roll 17, here's another one, much nicer than the last one for sure. Roll 18, and I just flipped it over, and I don't know if I've found two of these in one box before, but we've got another 2015 Canada flag. Very cool. A quick edge check on roll number 19 tells us that we're going to have a couple of Americans, so we'll see what those are and see if we've got anything else in this roll. No silver, we can see that. All right, so pretty chewed up. What do we got here? This is a Philadelphia minted Oregon State quarter, 2005. It's seen much better days. And then the other one back here, I think might be right there. Okay, and it is a 1996. That is a Philadelphia minted. Oh, no, there's the D. There's the Denver right there. So we got two in there. And I'll check and see if we got anything else in this particular roll. And there will be something else in here. It's a pretty nice looking 2004 colored poppy. And while we're looking, we'll just see what this one is here. It's an older design. It's a commemorative, and it's a really nice 2000 creativity. Beautiful. That could be an upgrader in the album, because that one looks particularly nice. Now, I know ours are pretty good, but we'll check just to be sure. As I was sweeping up the discards to re-roll them, I found another 2004 in here that I somehow missed, so that's two for that roll. Pretty cool. Roll 23, we've got an older Elizabeth. It isn't perfect, but it's in pretty good condition, and we'll just flip it over to see what it is. It's a 1986, not perfect, but actually not terrible either. So we'll set this aside. I don't know if it's going to upgrade because we've found so many beautiful BU coins, but you never know. We'll set it aside and we'll just check just to be sure. Same roll, and this is our fourth American. This is a 1999 out of Georgia, and this one is minted in Philadelphia. Very next roll. Looks like we're going to have another pretty nice one here, older one. This one is a 77, and I don't think it's going to upgrade because I think we got a beautiful proof-like 77 in there, but this is probably a keeper. Not much at all in the way of circulation, where, again, a really nice coin. We're at the halfway point, roll number 25. We've got a pretty dark edge, and that could be a silver tarnished edge, or it could be a dirty coin. There's only one way to find out, and that is to lay it down and pull it out. And it is not going to be silver. We can tell that for sure. This is a Vancouver 2010 commemorative with some kind of environmental damage and dirtiness and toning, 2009. But just to be sure, we'll take the magnet to it. And yeah, it definitely sticks. So it's not like it was any sort of silver special edition or anything like that. Just one that's in here trying to fake us out thinking it's silver. That's what happens from time to time. Well, we are going to find something here though, because we did find another Tecumseh 1812 commemorative in color. Look at that red Canadian maple leaf there with 1812 in it. Roll number 30 is going to have a whole bunch of Americans. I see at least 8 here, and you can see by those copper edges. I almost thought this one was maybe silver, but it's not. It's a copper edge, but I'll pull them out. We'll see exactly what they are, if there's anything cool in there. And when we find a lot of US coins in the roll, it often means that we got a good chance of finding something else cool in here too, because people aren't too discerning when they're rolling these things up then. So we did get 8 Americans in there. We got a 2005 Minnesota. We got a Cumberland Island 2018, a Bombay Hook 2015, Connecticut State Quarter from 99, a couple from the 90s, a 94 and 96. We got a California State Quarter from 2005 and a Minnesota State Quarter from 2005. And I haven't checked the mint marks on here. I'll check to see if I have all of these. I probably do. And the other Canadian we found in here was a little bit better than average 1973, but it's still the regular small bust. Roll 33, another really nice 2004 Remembrance Day Poppy. This was the first colorized circulation Canadian coin, and this is our 5th in the box so far, and most of them have been pretty nice. Check that out, another color in the same roll just a few coins back. That's a Brock War of 1812 commemorative, and I thought this box was kind of slowing down a little bit, but now we're finding some more interesting stuff. Roll 37, I didn't even think we could find a 2006 in worse condition than the one we found earlier. This one here, it's got the Ring of Death. It's heavily circulated. We flip it over. Oh yeah, it's got gunk on it. It looks like it's melted and most of the design is gone. Not a keeper, but we'll count it for our tally of colorized coins that we found. Roll 42, and we've accomplished something. We've gotten the Orca from 2011. So we've got all 3 of the colorized quarters from the 2011 Legendary Nature. We got the Peregrine Falcon, and we got the Wood Bison to go along with that. So all 3 in this one box. Awesome. Roll 44 is going to give us another Remembrance Day Poppy, but it's not the 2004. Those are what we've gotten so far. This is the 2008 Armistice. Roll 45, and we found a semi-key date. This is the 1983. It's minted at about 13 million at a time when it wasn't unusual to have 120 to 150 million minted in any given year. This one's not in fantastic shape, so it doesn't hold much of a premium in this condition at all. We'd want to find one in really great condition because in an MS63, it'd be about an $80 coin. So if we found a beautiful one in that condition, that would be lovely. Well, there is roll number 50. That's the last one, and I don't see any silver edges here. So this is about it for that box of 50 customer wrapped rolls. I'm going to look through here and see if there's anything cool in this particular roll. If not, I will come back with a wrap up. Well, that was it for that hunt. There was nothing actually in that last roll worth looking at. So we'll do a recap. We got 13 US coins. That's about par for the course sometimes. We did all right with color. We got 20 colorized quarters. We got 6 of the 2004 Remembrance Day. We got 7 of the breast cancer pink ribbon, 1 2008, 1 2010 double poppy. We got all 3, 1 each of the Legendary Natures, and we got 3 of the War of 1812. We got a couple to come say and that Brock. We got some other things too here. We got some provincial, a couple really nice provincials. I didn't pick out all the other provincials that we had. A few really nice 2009s and 2000s. We'll check to see if we might possibly eke out an upgrade. We got some really nice Olympic ones. We don't need to upgrade any in the album because I think all of the ones in the album are perfectly stunning. We got a couple of the 2015 Canada Day or Canada flag, but not the colorized version. And then we got a number of Caribou to check, particularly that 1976 might be the best one there, but a pretty nice 77, an 86. And I grabbed this 1996 because I realized that a lot of our 90s coins aren't that great. And maybe I haven't been good at picking them out, or maybe we don't find them very often. And then, of course, we found that Low Mint 1983. So we'll just take a quick peek at the album and see if we could possibly upgrade anything at all. All right, we've looked all through this album at all of our finds, and we didn't get any upgrades. There were a couple that were close, but the album's looking pretty good, and the ones that need upgraded we didn't find. So there are still some of the 1999 and 2000 that we could upgrade for sure, but not the ones that we found. The ones we found were actually in pretty good shape. So the hunt continues. That's the good thing about coin roll hunting, is that we're just going to keep looking, and we're going to find things eventually that is going to upgrade. But this album is doing really well. We obviously want more silver, and that's what we're always looking for. But we've got 148 of 171, and we're not done yet. So we're going to just keep on keeping on here, and hopefully we'll get closer the next hunt to getting this album complete and looking wonderful. Listen, I really appreciate everybody who is watching the channel. If you give the video a like, that's really helpful. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, Cat Roll Hunter, please do that so you're aware of when my next videos come out. I really appreciate you watching. Thank you so much, and we'll see you again next time.